Oh, all right, we are recording. This is Brenda Miller. This is our paper pumpkin class. We're going to be working on the April kit called Mountain Majestic?
Yeah.
Majesties. Mountain Majesties. Oh, it's right in front of me. And we're going to make one of each card. So I'm going to pop over to my desktop so that we can work from there. Okay, so if you take out, so I have people on the call, so for those of you watching on replay, just so you know, we've got a couple of people who are going to make these projects with me. And we're going to take out our kit and actually put it back in my box, so it's hard to get out. And I'm just going to be going by the instructions that are included. And I will tell you, I did watch the video, and I had to go back a couple of times because there were a couple of confusing things on here, I thought. But you may not have thought so. But anyway, I will clarify the things that I felt were confusing so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. So if you pull out all of your envelopes, the reason I wanted, usually I say, oh, let's just put them aside. But what they did was a tricky thing. In between each of the sets, in between some of the envelopes are some die cuts. I missed that the first time around, so that was a tricky thing number one for me. So make sure that, it looks like it's between the cream envelopes, or the petal pink ones, and the blue ones. And so you'll see you have these die cuts. And let's go ahead and separate them. And again, we're making our piles by card. It's just the easiest way to do it. So this one goes, this got very confusing. This goes to card number 3. And then the Lost Lagoon one, so that's like the Misty Moonlight. And then this is the Lost Lagoon, and that goes with card number 1. Okay, so I'm leaving space here for card number 2.
What? And I'm sorry, that was the first one was number 3, right?
Yes. Yeah, so the blue one is number 3, and the Lost Lagoon one is number 1.
Number 1, gotcha.
Okay, and you can put the rest aside, and then you can put away the rest of the envelopes. And then we come to our labels, and they gave us lots of extras, which is nice. So you're going to punch out one of the bigger ones, and that goes with card number 2. So we'll start our card number 2 pile. And then the long skinny one goes with card number 1. All right. So we have that. All right, so now we get, I like the way that they do this. You know, they put the card bases and they tuck things in between. So we're going to take out this first card base, which are the beautiful trees and mountains, and that is card number 2. Let me leave that there.
That is pretty.
Yeah. A lot of people did a lot of great things with that. They cut it apart and used all the pieces. And next you'll see we have some more Midnight Muse vellum here. No, I'm sorry, Misty Moonlight. Midnight Muse is an old color, very similar. Anyway, so that one, that big piece is going to go with card number 2. All right, the rest of the slide. Then we have the card base for card number 1. So go ahead and put that card number 1 pile. Next, we have some more die cuts. We have these. So I have at the top of mine are the blue and black, if you will. And that goes with card number 3. Let's go over there. And then the sand one, it's supposed to look like sand. That goes with card number 3 as well. And then the Lost Lagoon one is going to go with card number 1, as is this Mossy Meadow, smaller triangle. And that goes with card number 1. Okay. So that's easy. Got that out. How's everybody doing? All caught up?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So next in the pile is some more vellum, and this one is the Mossy Meadow one, and this goes.
Oh, I missed that. Where is it?
It's in between. It comes right after what we just punched out.
Right.
And then if you pull that out of your pile, you'll see they're tucked in there before the next card base.
Oh, I don't think I have them.
I bet you do.
They're in here somewhere.
Yeah,
All right, they're green.
Yeah, maybe they're under the card base. I don't know.
Okay.
In mine, this is where they were.
All right.
So
Maybe they're in
underneath of
between.
what we just punched out. So if you took the rest of the sheets of this and put it somewhere, it may be on the back, maybe in the back.
Nope.
All right.
Weird.
Well, get to the end and you don't have them. I'm going to suggest you call Stampin' Up. Oh, boy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, sorry, my computer didn't accept it.
Oh, geez. All right, so we're just separating.
Okay. No problem. Go ahead.
I would rather not go back, but I don't know how you're going to continue if we don't. So, ladies, hang on. Let me go backwards here.
Don't go back. Just go ahead.
Yeah, you're going to get lost, though, pretty quick if I do that.
Oh.
It's confusing. So, I'm going to go back. Ladies, hang on. We'll get caught up.
Is this? Okay, never mind.
Yeah. We didn't quite finish, but we were at the end. So Lynn, you're going to pull out are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Pull out all the envelopes.
Yep.
And in between the last petal pink one and the blue ones is a thing with punch outs.
Yep.
Okay. You're going to separate those. What did you say?
I did that.
Okay. So the blue one, this blue one goes with card number 3.
Okay.
And the Lost Lagoon one goes with card number 1.
Getting there. Which is card number 1?
Just make a card number 1 pile.
Right.
We're gonna get to it. Oh, okay. This the Lost Lagoon one is card number 1.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And then the next envelopes you can just put aside because we're not going to use them. Then you're going to punch out 2 of the labels. One, the bigger one, goes with card number 2. And the thinner one goes with card number 1. So anyone watching on replay, go ahead and skip ahead.
Yep, I'm up there now. Go ahead.
You good? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So then we come to a card base. This card base is the base for number 2. So put it in your number 2 pile. Put the rest aside. And then you're going to find some pieces of vellum.
Right.
That blue piece of vellum is going to go with card number 2.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Next card base goes to card number 1.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Then you have some die cuts.
Okay.
Starting at the top. we have the blue and black one. That goes with card number 3.
Blue and black. Goes with card number 3. Got it.
Okay, and then the tan one goes with card number 3.
Also?
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Then the Lost Lagoon one goes with card number 1.
Got it.
And the final triangle goes with card number 1.
Card number 1. Okay, got it.
And then you're going to put those away, the rest of those away. And then you're going to find in between there, you're going to have some more vellum. 2 little pieces. Sheila, did you have them?
Yes.
Okay. Anne Marie, did you find them?
I found them on the bottom of a. They didn't slip out. They were on the bottom of a different piece of paper.
Oh.
Yeah. No?
No, I don't think so, because that's different.
Yeah, no, I have an extra vellum like piece of paper that has a blue one and a green.
No, that's that we used that at the beginning. That's not right. So I don't know. We'll keep looking.
Yeah. Okay.
So Lynn,
Got it.
This vellum. Okay, that goes with card number 1. And now you're caught up. This is where we left off.
Okay.
And Anne Marie's looking
Thank
for.
you.
Okay. So the next card base goes with card number 3. All right. Put that away. And then our last sheet of punch outs are all going to card number 2.
Oh, see, I don't have card base for card number 3. Maybe that's why I didn't get the green things. There's like a step missing.
Huh. Well, that's not good.
Well,
You'll definitely have to call Stampin' Up! And tell them that.
Okay.
Because I have no way to replace that.
Oh, I know. Oh, wait.
So they'll send you another. I'm sure they'll send you another kit.
Okay.
Mistakes happen, but.
Which one is? Oh, wait. See, it's in a different order. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. Oh, I'm glad you have it. I don't know why it would be in a different order. That's why I do it this way, because
right. Smart.
It's usually everybody's is in the same order. So again, all the pieces of this one go with card number 2. And that is it. Okay? So Anne Marie, are you able to place yours now?
I think so. Yeah, go for it. Let's see what happens.
Okay. All right. So it comes with, of course, this great stamp set and the Misty Moonlight ink spot. And again, I'm going to use my large pad for this just because it's easier for me. And I give away the other one. So let's start with our pile, all those pieces from card number 1. So this is the card base, so we're going to fold that and give it a good crease. It's our bone folder. Actually, what I'm going to do is move these pieces up a little so that I can work on this under the camera. Let's do that. Okay, so we've got our card base. Board it nicely. All right. And then we have all these pieces. So let's line them up so that we are all talking about the same ones. All right? So everybody have what we're looking at? When you look at the vellum, you can see there is a right side and a wrong side. Okay, so just make sure you have your right side up for now. Okay. And it does get a little confusing because they're very similar pieces, right? Pieces are all kind of the same. All right, so let's do our stamping first on this card. So the first thing we'll do is take out the think there's a name for it, but the flock of seagulls, the big flock. And we're going to actually stamp right on the card front with this flock of seagulls.
Wait, is it?
Sorry?
Trying to figure out which way is up.
Well, they're like a V.
Oh, I gotcha. Now I see it. Glasses. I need new glasses.
So, tap, tap, tap. And you're just going to put them, I'm just going to make sure I tell you exactly right. And the way that they did it, they put it right about there. So you can see. So kind of all the way to the right, maybe a third of the way down. We have those. And then we're going to remove those. And we're going to take out the little group of seagulls. And so there are just 4 of them there. Okay. And that's because we want to add a few more. And they just put them over here on the left side. So they're in the sky, all flying around. So give me a thumbs up when you've got that done. All right. Wait. Over here drinking, that's the one thing, you know, it's nice and cool in my house and I don't really feel the heat, but I get thirsty. So it's obviously warm. Oops. For those watching from someplace else other than New Jersey, it's like 90 degrees or so.
Yeah.
How you doing, Lynn?
I'm good.
Okay, so let's move on to our words. Now you can put whatever words fit there, but they use the Happy Father's Day. So that's what I'm going to use. And we're going to put that obviously on the strip. I say obviously, but not necessarily obvious. This is the only card that has the sentiment on a separate strip this time. Usually we find, but not today. All right, so that Happy Father's Day is a classic. So I know I'll be hanging on to this stamp set to use in the future. Always looking for those classic sentiments. All right. So now we're ready to start gluing, and this is where it got a little confusing for me. So I'm going to try to reduce the confusion for you. So we're going to start with the piece of vellum, the large piece of vellum, and that's going to be going on here, but we're going to actually put it on with dimensionals. And oh, I forgot to mention, we have a nice sheet of dimensionals in this package. Nice big sheet because we're going to use a lot of dimensionals. And I know I have it. It's right here somewhere. Where's that? Oh, right at the bottom. Okay. You can see I've used a whole bunch already. So they just kept the dimensionals, though, at the bottom. So remember, the darker side is the front. So we're going to be putting this on the back. And they used 6, but I'm going to only use like 4, I think. You just don't want to put them too high because they will show through the vellum. Okay? So that should be, I think, low enough. See, you can see that when I go to lay it down, you're going to be able to see them through. So we want to make sure they're low enough so that they don't show through. So I'm just going to move that one down a little bit. And I'm going to peel them off. And we're going to go ahead and lay that down. Yes. Okay. Just double checking because I did not do this right the first time. Okay. So that's our first layer. The second layer is going to be the other piece of Lost Lagoon, and this is going to go on with the Terran tape. And so you're just going to, they use a full line of Terran tape. I'm just going to use some pieces of it. There's just no reason, and I have to hoard it for other activities. I use it all the time. And the little trick when you use the adhesive is just to press it down with your fingernail, and then if you take your tool, the pointy end, you can just peel that up, nice and easy. And when you lay it down, we're going to go flush all the way at the bottom. All our layers are going to be totally flush, and you can see that it fits there beautifully. Okay, so very nicely. I love. That's the key on these cards, is that there are lots of layers, which make for fat cards, but whatever. Okay, so our next layer, are we okay to move on?
Yes.
1 second.
Okie doke.
I'm working on the Terran tape.
Okay. No problem.
Okay.
All right, well, we're going to be Terran taping again, and we're going to be using the vellum piece. Okay, so this is the Mossy Meadow vellum, and we'll grab our Terran tape, and again, they just put it at the bottom. It doesn't show through. And I'm just putting little pieces because that's how I roll, but you can put the full strip. I'm assuming it's measured so that you can do that on all the pieces. Yep. And again, it goes all the way at the bottom. Now the Terran tape doesn't show through too badly. You can see, barely see it. That's not like the dimensionals. And then finally, we're going to use dimensionals on this final piece, which is the little Mossy Meadow triangle. And now, if you wanted to, I did not do this, and they didn't talk about it, but I've seen other people do it. They roughed up the edges, whether you use, a tool to do it, your fingernail, you could do that, and that just gives it a little bit more dimension. I personally don't like that look so much, but you could do that. So that is what it looks like when it is all layered up. And then the last thing is to just put the Happy Father's Day on, and that is going to also go on with dimensionals. However, my recommendation for this is to decide where you're going to put your Happy Father's Day. And because there are a bunch of different layers, I'm not going to put my dimensionals on the back of the white because I don't want this to pop up even further. So I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals roughly where I want the words to go. And actually, I should move that over a little bit. I guess I'm leaving it. Put them side by side, and then take that strip, and then that way it's not any higher than the highest level. I don't want another layer. And that is the first card. So quite simple. Pretty. A little unusual, right? It's a little bit different from our normal cards. No bling or anything. I guess they figured the guys aren't really going for the bling. Fine. All right, so let me know when you finish that card. Okay. Great. Great. Anne Marie, did you give me a thumbs up? Okay,
I'm
thank
sorry.
you. No, I just didn't see it, but I figured you probably did. Okay, let's go on to card number 2. So again, bunches of pieces. Line them all up so that you know what we're looking at. And you can fold your card base. And this one is really cool because it has so much dimension. All right. So, you have them laid out. So there's no stamping on this card. Is that true? No, I lied. I'm sorry. There's just one little stamp. We're going to use the little flock of seagulls, not the big flock of seagulls. And we're just going to put them in the sky. Of course, you can put it wherever you want, but I'm going to do it where they did. And again, you know, you're looking for the V. And get a V. And they put them right about, I think it's here. So it looks natural. Unfortunately, when I did my first one, I dropped my stamp.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not great. It got nice smudgy. I won't be using this card. Or I'll send it to somebody I really don't like, right? Not really very many people like that, so. All right. So then, let me know when you've got that stamped. Yeah. Okay, great. 2.
I'm good.
Okay, so we're going to take our vellum, and remember the dark side is the proper side, so the front. So we're going to flip it over, and we're going to put dimensionals on this. And again, you don't want to go too high, but most of this does get covered. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 6 that they did. You can see we're using a lot of dimensionals. Oh, good. Dimensionals are what make it fancy. Okay. And that's going to go on, just like we did before, all the way to the bottom, all the way to the edge. Lay that down.
Uh-oh.
Just made me sad because we covered all of that
Yeah.
pretty stuff. But I guess, you know, they're designing the cards so that maybe you would cut them apart and use them for alternative projects. So this way you get 2 of those. So our next layer, when you're ready, is going to be the trees and the mountains. And this is going to go on with tearing tape. So they did use 2 lines. I'm going to use just 2 pieces. I'm going to use 4 pieces. Sometimes I put them on the angle so that catches the edge as well. I know people who like to cut the tear and tape, but it's meant to be torn. That's really why I love it. It's because it's so easy to use. You don't need anything extra. Very simple.
Are you just putting it at the bottom?
No, I put they used 2 lines, and I just put 4 pieces.
Okay.
And now it's hard to see because it's white on white. But it's so sticky. You know, it really doesn't need a ton. And once you have it, you're just going to do it again all the way to the bottom. And lay that down. You've got some lovely layers. Let me know when you're done with that. Okay. If you love the way it looks on both sides. Now this this kit coordinates with the blended. Let me just see. I have it. We have a lovely scenic mountains, I believe it's called. If I can find it. I'm looking over at my pile of fun stuff. It's called something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our trees, and we're going to use some dimensionals on the back of this. So just make sure you get as high as you can on those trees so that they, don't get bumped off when you put it in the envelope. And again, that's going to go right at the bottom. This goes in the bottom left corner, just as the others have, but this one doesn't extend all the way across the card.
How many did you put on? I didn't see.
Oh,
did you need a ton?
I only put 4.
Oh, okay, good.
But they did. When they did it, they did. Whoops, turn to my page. 2, 4, 6.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, they did 6. Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know, but again, I find that that's just a lot. Because of course I'm going to hoard my dimensionals as well, because I use dimensionals on like every single card. So, all right. So now you have to decide where you're going to be placing your sentiment. And now this white piece is only, we're going to use dimensionals for it, but it's only as a background because they've gone ahead and printed this for you. Now you can, of course, switch it out and stamp something right on here if you wanted to and turn it sideways, whatever you wanted to do. But this is how the card is designed to go together. So what I suggest doing is putting these together the way that you like it. So it's meant to go with a little equal border all the way on 3 sides. So actually, and so you would use regular adhesive for that. So you could use your tear and tape. I just felt that this made it a little bit easier to do this in advance so that I have it straight the way that I like it. And so I did this, which is different from what their instructions were. Unfortunately, I have a hair. I don't know. Oh, you can see the hair. But I just have to come back to that. All right. So once you have that, then we're going to decide where it goes. And so they suggest it goes right about here. It's off to the right. And so they used dimensionals. They used some over here. And then some on the other piece. So they used 4, actually. And then you can decide where it goes. I like to make sure that it's all on kind of the same level. There you have it. That's a nice sentiment, good for a lot of, pretty much anything, right? Thank you for being the person you are. And it doesn't have to be for a man, it could be for a woman. Sentiment holds, just a pretty nature card. So let me know when you finish up that card. Get it the way you like it. Great.
Oh, I like this one.
Yeah. Nice. A little bit different.
The first one's too plain for me.
I know. Well, wait till you see the last one.
Oh.
Even plainer. It's even plainer. I don't know. This is the last one.
No, that was the first one.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
Oh, you're so funny. We did that already.
Oh, sorry. Yes. This is the last one. So just a bunch of layers.
So it's a bunch of layers and
yeah. So
what does it say? You mean the world to me.
That was the lesson for this kit, was all the layers. So it's still a nice card. But this card only has 4 pieces. And so is everybody ready to move on? We okay?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Okay. All right. So we're going to take our last card, give it a nice fold, and on this one we are going to just stamp the words right onto the card front, which always makes me nervous. So, you mean the world to me, or whatever you would like to put there. I have a bunch of collections, and they put this essentially right in the center of the top of the card, but notice that the little moon or sun, I guess that's the sun, is not centered.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
I don't even see it.
And it's not centered, so when you go to put it on, it's going to look a little off, but once you come away from it and look at it again, it'll look nice. I promise. You mean the world to me. Yeah, so they did all the shading.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
Yep. So it looks like it's a little off, but nope, you still want it to be in the center. So, well, that's how they did it. Doesn't have to be done that way. So all of our pieces on this card are going to be put on with dimensionals. And the first one you start with is the biggest one, which is the tan one. And they use 6 dimensionals.
Wow.
I think because this is so big, I'm going to do the same. Again, I usually wouldn't, but kind of neat, so that it holds everything else up. Okay. And as we've done, we're going to cover up everything that's on that beautiful card front. That's okay, because we're recreating it, and you still have it on the back, which is nice. So the brown layer is first with all the dimensionals. And then we're going to move on to the vellum. And again, make sure you have the correct side up. And don't forget, don't go too high. This one I'm only going to use 3. That's how I roll. They used 5. And that goes on. Same thing. And then we're going to cover up those dimensionals with our final piece, also with dimensionals. Quite a bottom puffy card, like the first one too. And that's it. So, kind of interesting, just a little bit different than our norm. And plain, it gets its point across. And again, it'll be great to use these card bases by cutting them apart and putting them on coordinating cardstock to make the card base. And while you're finishing up, because that is the end of the kit, I'm going to go ahead and set up for our little presentation. So I'll share my screen.
Brenda?
Yes.
The last piece, was that tape or dimensionals?
They're all dimensionals.
Oh, they're all dimensional?
Yeah, all of them are dimensional.
Okay.
Yep, I know. Puffy.
See.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and kick off my little slideshow here. Where is it? Come on. There it is. Okay.
Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah. So while you're finishing, you can see that that Amy Stolzenberg, she made this beautiful spread by just cutting apart the card bases. And I'm looking for that stamp set. So give me 1 second. Find it. And moving things around. Unbelievable. So I can't find anything when I'm looking for it. Oh, it's Scenic Adventure. I'm sorry. I did have it. That's the stamp that it goes with. So those mountains that you see that she has in the center of the first page were done with the dies from the Scenic Adventure bundle. So really cool. Okay.
Could you go back to the card, please? I'm behind you.
Oh, sorry. All it is
1, 2. I'm looking for the last.
They're all on with dimensional.
Yeah, I know, and I can see the dimensional. Darn it. So I got 1,
1, 2, 3. Just 3 layers on top of the card base.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Okay, go ahead. Mine will look different because I can't find the third one.
Oh. I bet it'll turn up. It always does. No, okay. Let me go back. There. Okay, here we go. So look at all these that Holly put together. She just cut apart everything and layered them on and did all kinds of, this is a fun fold here. It's a gate fold, and she just made a frame. You can see through it. So she did the same thing over here. So I thought really well done, Holly. Here she just cut apart the back, and then this die is from a different bundle. I don't think it's from Scenic Adventure. No, from a different one. But anyway, okay. Next up, this is Jody Fraser, and you can see how she just kind of embraced the different layers and the kind of the swirly lines and enhanced them. This one I think is particularly nice. It's nice and simple, and what she did is she took the card front or back, whatever, and embossed it with the corrugated embossing folder, mini corrugated. And she did the same thing up here, and it just gives it a really cool look for the background. And she added a piece here. So really fun. And then the way people are cutting it out into strips and then laying them down with a little space in between. Super cool. Next up, this is Laura Siki. She probably is my favorite demonstrator to follow when it comes to paper pumpkin. There are a couple of people who are really good, and I really like hers. I love how she got the airplane in there, and of course the sailboat. A lot of people did the sailboat. You can see lots of ideas go out. All right, next, this one, she had a little story about it, about she needed a card for a death of her son's friend, and I don't know, it spoke to me. I like the way that she, for the layer behind it, she tore the edges, and then it kind of pulled it all together. Okay, this one's a little blurry, but this is Lynn Dunn. She always does a lot of cool cards. I think I have her every month. And they're pretty simple the way that she does them. She just cuts apart the pieces and layers them on different coordinating cardstocks. Excuse me. And she does them different ways, like these little squares here. They're really pretty. And of course, you'll get this in a PDF. You can look more closely if you want to. This one has a beautiful scrapbook page that goes with it. And here she made a nighttime version, which I thought was pretty cool. And those trees that are in the background there are from here. Those are from the Scenic Adventure set. And these trees all are too. Not these. These are from another tree set. Funny. They have a lot of trees. Okay, this one I just loved.
Yeah.
I like all the white space. I love how she, cut it out with that. This is from the Impressions of Bloom. And she, did the outline and then just used the card front for the layers on the inside. And she used this is the Peaceful Trees, I think, embossing folder. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure if that's still current, but a lot of us have it. Pretty. This one, this is Rachel Tessman, another person who does a whole lot of stuff with a lot of great alternative projects. And this I thought was just so simple and just beautiful. And you can make a whole bunch of these out of the cards, the card bases that we have. This one she actually embossed the background of too. I don't know if you can see that, but she did. So very cool. And this is just Robin Carter. Just some simple ways of cutting apart a card base, and got a whole bunch of cards out of it. And that's it. So that was a whole bunch of fun alternatives. So what did you guys think?
I think I like it.
Yeah. Which one was your favorite? I always like to ask. Which was your favorite tonight?
Of the cards or of the
Yeah.
alternate, the cards?
Of the cards that we made.
The one with the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was 1 or 2 or 3 or what?
Yeah,
I think it was 2.
Yeah.
All the pictures just don't do it justice because you can't see the dimension, and all the layers just make the card.
Right. Yeah. So even the simple card, it's still very pretty, just because of all the dimensions. So, all right. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you
joining.
very much.
And we will see you the next time. So,
Okay.
appreciate you
Good
joining.
night.
Good
Thanks.
night.
Good night.